for our second speaker. We'll be doing her project evaluation and feedback, project 2, presentation mastery pathway level 1. The timing sequence is 5 to 7 minutes. May I call on the timer to turn on the video? So that the speakers might be able to see the timing when you change the background. And for the speaker, do pin the timer in order to watch for your timing. So for the timing sequence, on the 5th minute will be the green light. On the 6th minute will be the amber light. And on the 7th minute will be the red light. Then you will have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. So for our next speaker, she has 18 years with AIA. And she said, from someone that don't know much about insurance, how insurance works, she was transformed to becoming a strong believer of insurance. Well, that's what AIA does to you. A crazy fanatic in exercise to advocate healthier, longer, better lives. Our second speaker, Pekgan. Insurance is my lifesaver. Over to you, Pekgan.
All right. Can I know who is the timer?
The timer is Irene's son. Irene,
Okay.
can help us turn on your video. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was on.
Okay. Can hold on. Cannot see myself. Give me a minute. Wait. Sorry. Not good at Zoom. Okay, can. Good afternoon, Club President, Toastmaster of the Day, and fellow Toastmaster. 18 years in AIA had taught me well how important of insurance to help my family. Insurance to me is just in case, saving and investment, and create immediate access for my family. Recently, something drastic happened. 13 July midnight. My husband woke me up. He lamented that he felt breathless and chest pain. I immediately called the ambulance. The paramedic examined and found out that he had irregular heartbeat and need to be admitted immediately. My husband asked me to stay at home to take care of the kids and waited for his call. That night was a sleepless night for me. The next day, I rushed to the hospital. To my dismay, I could not visit him due to COVID-19 restriction. He had tasted 18 hours in Kutekwa accident and emergency ward. Blood pressure shot up to 180, but the doctor never prescribed him any medicine to reduce his blood pressure. He was devastated. Quick thinking, I decided to transfer him to private hospital in Farrer Park. The cardiologist checked on him, prescribed a medicine to reduce his blood pressure. It was such a relief to my husband. In Kutekwa, he felt traumatized, especially in the accident and emergency ward for 18 hours, hearing some of the patient crying in agony. The next day, all his results were out. The doctor called me and informed about his condition came like a bolt from the blue. He told me he need to go through heart bypass, 3 artery blocks. To cut the long story short, he went through the operation smoothly. The hospitalization bill summed up to a whopping of 120,000. But we didn't pay a single cent. All was covered by AIA and Medisave. It took a lot of mental resilience for me to grow through this, as both our parents are from Ipoh. With the help of my colleagues, friends, and helper, I overcame it. That's called a friend in need is a friend indeed. With the critical insurance that he bought, I only need to focus on his recovery journey. My husband's condition was considered one of the 36 critical illness. AIA pay him in full within 4 working days, thanks to AIA. Insurance, I wish at that time he had more insurance, but I know it will not happen. The best time to get insurance when you don't need it yet. When you need it, you may never able to get it. Insurance to me is a win-win strategy. If something unfortunate happens to you, you strike back lottery, like illnesses, disability, or accident. You will be taken care by the insurance company. If nothing's happened to you, you can celebrate. You can accumulate the funds for your retirement, for your children's education, and other purposes. Either way, you win. Dear FSC, do you know that we need to have minimum 5 times of our annual income in critical illness coverage, or 316,000 based on LIA recommendation? Many of the Singaporeans don't have this amount. You all as an FSC play an important role to create awareness to fulfill the protection gap of your customer. Be grateful that you have a job and in this wonderful career that pays you renewal and passive and active income. In this uncertainty, many of the individuals have pay cut or even lost their job. Be grateful that you are fit and healthy. Every day wake up at the comfort of your own bed versus those ill people lying down in the hospital bed daily. Health is wealth. You are the golden goose who lays the golden eggs. Take good care of yourself, stay healthy, and maintain an active lifestyle. Continue to deliver our brand promise to lead healthier, longer, better life to our customer. Be grateful that you stay in Singapore. Even though lately the cases are spiking up, but it will not be a life-threatening, as most of us got vaccinated. Just imagine our neighboring country, Malaysia, past few months, many of them passed on due to low vaccination rate and lack of hospital facility. Be grateful that the pandemic is happening now versus 10 years ago, which our internet was not strong enough. We don't have Netflix. We don't have GrabFood. We don't have Food Panda and Grab services. Dear FSC, this pandemic had taught us to do not take things for granted. Count our blessing every day and treasure our family and friends. Thumbs up to every one of you to choose this job as your lifetime career, not just another job. It's immensely inspiring. Wake up every day knowing that you are going to do something to make a difference to the lives of others. You all are my heroes. Stay resilient and we can overcome this together. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
What a powerful speech back then. And as they say, the only time you regret getting insurance is when you claim, because you will say you should have gotten more. And yeah, I cannot imagine if the pandemic struck like 10 years ago, I would be bored to death at my home. So now for our third speaker for this afternoon, is doing her Dynamic Leadership Level 2, Project 1, Understanding Your Leadership Style. May I call on the project evaluator to share with us the project objectives?
You have to mention the evaluator's name when you call the evaluator.
Vivian, sorry. May we call on Vivian Chen to share with us the project objectives?
Sorry. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Back to you.
Okay, so for our third speaker, she said that although changes might be difficult, but she always strives to move forward, even at a slower pace than others. She believes that winning is not only for the fast or for the strong, but also for those that have the courage to take that one step forward, no matter the uncertainty. Dynamic Leadership Level 1, Maria Abraham, Understanding Your Leadership Style. Over to you, Maria.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, all presidents. Good afternoon, all Toastmasters of the fellow Toastmaster. My title is Understanding My Leadership Style. If I share this name, I believe that you may know this name. If I say Mahatma Gandhi, will this ring on your ear? When I say Steve Jobs, do you know him? When I say Hitler, I'm sure a lot of us know the story. Mahatma Gandhi or Genghis Khan. They are leaders in their time. From the bibliography, we see that some leaders are leading with iron hands, in fact, brutal. Some are persuasive, some are innovative, and some are leading with love. Leadership is not a position, it is an example. No matter bad or good result, we all agree they know how to lead and make the people believe and follow them. Can we imagine what would happen if the world without leaders? Where there is no good leaders to direct a team or a department, there will be delay decision. There will be conflicts or maybe low morale, reduced productivity, and success is difficult. Unfortunately, the vision of the organization usually suffer. In a way, we all have leadership skill. The only question is, do you know your leadership style? I'm very fortunate to join AIA. I see an excellent demonstration of leaders in AIA and Toastmasters as well. Every leader has their own style, but all are good leaders. When I was doing this project, I ponder the type of leadership style that I have. So I took the test and was surprised to see that there are many leadership styles. And my style is altruistic. At first, This word is a big word. I don't understand it. But Mr. Google suggested me the name of leaders in history. Name Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Eleanor Roosevelt. They are altruistic leaders. Understand what I can become and what kind of leadership that I like the best. Is leadership style. How to describe them is empathy. They are listener, they are kind, they are selflessness. Well, it's all not about me, but I see some of the characteristics. So, understanding my leadership style, I began to understand why I'm doing what I am doing. This is one of the reasons why I joined AIA too. When I moved to Singapore to accompany my husband and my children to be with this is a new environment. I do understand my children being stressed, a new place, a new culture, a new language. It makes them really grumpy and wanted to go back. They always say, Mommy, I don't want to go to school. I have no friends. I don't understand the lessons. I empathy with their pain as I have the same experience too. I believe that is the reason my leadership style of altruistic is growing. And I find a place where they can be comfortable, which is I find Indonesian church. My children find release in that children, same as me. I find many ladies and children are in the same boat as what I did, what I experienced. And I listen to their story. I listen to their pain. I listen to their stress. It does make me think, how can I help everyone in the same boat? So one of the ladies' problem is because of the finance. They didn't know how to do. And I determined myself, although in my incapability, in my fear, but I want to step forward. That's why I joined AIA. So then all the knowledge that I have, I can share with them. And I joined with the school, with all the talk in the school, children's school, there where I can share with all the parents about the struggle and how to cope. And I asked them to join with the PTA. And so we also can identify the children's needs. So all these things leads me into larger group. And we do have classes together, and from 5 people into 10 people into 15 people. And I didn't know that I already become a leader. I lead with the empathy. I lead with the listening in the church. Thank you very much to Toastmaster.
Spoken like a true mother, full of feelings. Wonderful. For our fourth and last speaker for this afternoon, we'll be doing Receive Influence Level 4, Project 1, Leading in Difficult Situations. May I call on distinguished Toastmaster Eric Tan to share with us the project objectives.
Okay, just to take a minute to share a bit more detail about this project, because this is considered to be an advanced project. So when you progress down the level, the project get more and more advanced. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice strategies for adjusting to unexpected changes to a finalized plan. So this is a very interactive project whereby the member will first have a 5 to 7 minute speech to share with us on a plan. Thereafter, there will be a 5 to 10 minutes for impromptu response whereby members of the audience could pose certain or identify disruptions to her plan and share with her. You can unmute yourself, you can type it in the Zoom chat, and the speaker will have to respond to it. And I will evaluate based on both the presentation as well as how she responds to each of your queries or disruption identification. Okay, so this will be how the project will go. Thank you.
May I know,
Back to you.
does the timer know how to time? Has she been told how to time?
Yes,
I've
yes, I was told.
Anyway, the Toastmaster, they were supposed to mention the timer one after this, remember?
Okay, Mac, done.
May we call on the timer to share with us the timing sequence for this project? Over to you, Irene.
When reach 7 minutes is green light. 15 minutes is yellow. 20 minutes is red. Back to you.
Thank you, Irene. So now for our fourth speaker for this afternoon, has more than 20 years of experience in the insurance industry and has been with AIA for 11 years. She is passionate about helping her clients create financial security for themselves and their families. She's motivated in achieving consistent personal growth and being able to assist and inspire people around her. Persuasive Influence Level 3, Frances Go, leading in difficult situations. Over to you, Frances.
Thank you, Meg. Let me just share screen first, yeah?
Francis, do I proceed?
Oh, hang on.
Francis, do you want me to share the screen?
No, it's okay. All right. Okay, I'm ready. Irene, you can start now. Okay, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. And okay, today, every year, AIA Toastmasters Club will organize 2 recruitment workshops, one in May and May-June period. The other one will be in October-November period. So it's time to organize our next one. So following, I'm going to present what is in the EXCO plan to organize this recruitment workshop. The purpose of the workshop is, of course, for members recruitment. And at the same time, we want to be able to create value for attendees. Attendees must be able to, should be able to learn something from the workshop. And we are also taking these opportunities for members to speak on a bigger platform. Okay, the theme that we have brainstormed, the theme for the workshop will be Make It Happen. The proposed date for the event is either on 27 October or 3rd of November 2021. We propose that the workshop to be held soon as possible in October-November period so that the members of the organizing committee can concentrate on running for their production at the last 2 months of the year. So we have chosen this midweek day, 27 and 3rd November, So we have to submit such a date, the dates to Center of Business Excellence for approval, since it has to do, it is linked with our CPD hours. Duration of the event, typically it will be about 2.5 hours. Hey, what's wrong?
There is a lag in your system. This was part of your planned destruction, correct?
Sorry?
Your system crashed, you got to restart again, reshare again.
Okay.
There's a message within the message.
Oh, I can't even.
Francis, do you want to send the PDF to your Zoom master? Then she can play it while you speak.
I've sent.
Francis, you want me to play the slides?
Now, can you see?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue then.
And no.
No,
Oh,
none of
Share
us.
screen.
We
No,
cannot.
you cannot
we
see
can-
the share screen.
Fancy?
No, we cannot. So anyway, there's
Okay, so
Kiki has it, right? Just
Yes.
please go
I
ahead.
have it.
Yeah, Kiki has it. Next slides, please. Right, the duration of the event is 2.5 hours, minimum 2 hours of training as required by Center of Business Excellence. Of course, the so-called venue will be via Zoom since we can't do face-to-face at the moment. Attendance, we are expecting about 100 to 200 attendees. On average, the attendance rate is as such. The maximum we have so far is 230 attendees. Target number of recruits this time round, we hope to achieve 20. The last time the last recruitment workshop in November, we had 20 new members. So we hope to repeat that. Next slide, please. Right. The next thing that we need to okay. As for speakers, besides the CEO, inviting the CEO to speak, because the CEO is also a member of our Toastmasters Club and has been very supportive. So we'll be inviting her to speak at the event. But just in case if she can't make it, we will have plan B, and that is to invite the new CDO, Mr. Chin Chung-Wun, to be our member. In fact, he was our members when before he left for his regional role. Okay, for speakers wise, we usually will have one in-house and one and the rest are internal speakers, and we have. Usually we'll also have a segment on the testimonials from members. So this time around, or rather usually for our workshops, we want to get new faces, right? And we want to have a mix of seasoned and new members. So this round, we would prefer to get speakers who are first-time MDRT qualifiers. We'd like them to share how they achieved their first MDRT and what's that mindset change. I think that will be very relatable to many of the attendees, and it is also aligned to our theme, Make It Happen. We have shortlisted a couple of speakers, and one of the external speaker we've shortlisted is Mr. Wiki Tay. He is a distinguished Toastmaster, regional speaker, a performance trainer. He's also a professional excellence consultant. He's won multiple awards in Toastmasters for 24 years. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Kiki, next slide, please.
Kiki has already moved.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is bad. Okay, the internal speaker is Zhou Shuzhen. She is a MDRT qualifying member. This is her first time qualified for MDRT. She also qualified as the high net worth category, as well as the corporate solution employees benefit specialist. She's also a distinguished Toastmaster. Next slide, please. Okay. Another speaker whom we have shortlisted is Mr. Jack Xia. He is also an MDRT qualifying members, qualified first year. And he has also gotten multiple club membership, Superstar, $1 Million Club. And he is also our Toastmasters Club past president. Next slide, please. Okay. So we have also shortlisted Eric Tan, our new member. So we want to get a perspective of a new member, why he still want to join our club despite achieving MDRT and also prestige club member. So fortunately, when we shortlisted these speakers, we sort of sound them out before we sort of sound them out whether they are willing to speak in the event. And fortunately for us, they have all agreed. Next slide, please. The other roles, TMD, the Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day plays a very important role in an event because they set the energy of the event. This time round, we have selected Terence Nunes and Kiki Tai as our Toastmasters of the Day. Reason for selection: Terence, our immediate past president, he can speak the cuff in any situation and can be quite humorous at times. Kiki is was one of our main speakers in our last recruitment workshop and had drawn in quite a lot of interest from audience due to her big case last year. So generally, Zoom master will be Eric Tan and Pia Kim. Usually for Zoom master, we'll have a standby Zoom master, timer Sandra Hua, and SAA Mac David. As for program campaign, we will create poster and it will be sent to Center of Business Excellence to help post and promote in the FSC's email. And this has to be submitted by 15 October. Next. There's one more slide. Okay, yeah. Okay. This is a draft program sheet. This is how it will go. Yeah, so basically we'll have the interview with producers. That's where Jack and Eric will come in, and it will be followed by Shuzhen's presentation, and then Wiki's sharing. Okay, next slide. Okay, some points to note when we are organizing the workshop. We have to ensure that the content by the speakers are aligned with the theme. Prepare questions for the interview segment. The interview segment for Jack and Eric. And of course, we need to plan some questions for the two platform speaker as well. We need to also set up the feedback form, and that's where we get our leads for our recruitment. And finally, rehearsals are very important. We'll make sure that we have all parties involved in the rehearsals. Next slide, please. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Everyone's scared to ask the club president.
Hello.
Okay, I will start by asking you,
Right.
since to start the ball rolling, I hope more members will chip in. Okay, first and foremost, should the guest speaker is late or met with some technical difficulties, what will be the contingency that you have in mind?
You mentioned if the speaker is late, is it?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, correct.
Right. So, frankly speaking, when we, especially for the external speaker, I think they will be professional enough to be in the meeting in time, but just in case unforeseen circumstances. So that's how our Toastmaster of the Day comes into the picture. In our Toastmasters Club training, we are trained to be able to speak off the cuff, to be able to handle last minute changes like this. So it is very important to have a good Toastmaster of the Day. That's why we have selected Terence and Kiki as our TMD that day. And sorry, what's the other question again? Technical difficulties, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So again, it is related to Toastmaster of the Day. So yeah, the TMD must be able to handle that part of it.
Well, that's
and
the
I'm
biggest,
sure they are experienced enough to do that.
I think that's the biggest Tai Chi. So if Wiki doesn't turn up, Kiki must take over or I take over, is it?
Yeah, partly also.
So it's your fault.
Fortunately for us, fortunately for AIA Toastmasters Club, is that we have quite a number of distinguished Toastmasters, and they are also very active trainer in community. So anytime if any of these trainers cannot come in, I'm sure they can just jump in and talk.
Okay, if I may ask, right? Since how are we going to, assuming that we cannot get our targeted 20 members, how is the club going to proceed in that? What do you think is the next step?
I think the 20 members is actually an ideal number, sort of our wish number, right? And if let's say we can't achieve that, then probably in the meetings to come, we'll probably have to implement a referral kind of plan whereby we encourage our members to refer more members to the club.
Okay, I'm more optimistic. With an expected turnout of 200 attendees, how do you plan to harness the interest from the attendees?
Again, it has to do with Toastmasters, the TMD of the day, and that's why our TMD has the two TMD has been selected. And I think so far the two speakers that we have, the two main speakers that we have selected, Wiki and Shuzen. I can't say for Wiki, but personally, I've attended Wiki's training, and he has been very inspirational and yeah, very inspirational. And then for Shuzen, I think the content that we have, or rather her sharing, I think will be very relatable to many people. And because after all, being in the industry for quite a number of years, and suddenly she have that mindset change, and that includes Jack as well, that mindset change and how they actually achieve MDRT in a short frame of time last year. So I think those would be something that the attendees would like to hear and would hope to bring back, yeah, as inspiration.
Okay, let's say we have more likely, right? We have more than 20 people who want to sign up, and considering the size of the club and number of meetings, right? Do you intend to take in more than 20, or are we going to limit ourselves?
Of course, the more the merrier. But if that's the case, then we'll have to arrange for more more mentors to handle this new batch of recruits. And this is when our EXCO is actually in the midst of planning, in the midst of training up the next batch of mentors. So yeah, we have to get the senior mentor to train the newer, the senior members to train our members up to be the next mentors for the club. Yeah, this is an opportunity to do so as well.
But what about speaking slots and appointments?
Okay, speaking slots, we can always, we can send some of our members, especially the more senior ones, to other clubs to speak. And I think we would also have to we'll also have to have additional meeting. Instead of just 2 meetings, probably have 1 more meeting for the month. Or maybe 1 more meeting every bi-monthly, so that we can have more slots to train up the new members.
I have a question.
Okay, then,
yeah. For this program, how can we get the rest of the members involved?
How can we get the rest of the members
involved? After all, this is an event of our club. Yes, we know that the EXCO are already very heavily involved. So how can we get the rest of the members to have a stake in this?
Okay, I think it would be good that our members encourage their friends in their agency to sign up for the workshop and share with them what they have how they have benefited from joining Toastmasters Club. I think that is very helpful in bringing in more recruits.
Questions are only directed to Francis, yeah?
Yes. I think actually we have more than 5 questions already, right? But I still have time.
Yes. For those members who perhaps are hearing this for the first time, yes, you have. Yes, you have seen the poster, etc., and the announcement on the group chat. But if you're hearing the details for the first time, do you have any question? I would strongly encourage you to ask.
Sorry, it is red light already, so we better stop here. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay. Thank you, Francis.
Thank you.
And for the members, do register for the training if you're still short of CPD hours. So now for our next segments, the favorite of everyone, table topics. Our table topic master for this afternoon is a keen learner, always looking to pick up new and cutting-edge skills and knowledge. A firm believer in putting knowledge to practice in order to see visible growth. And he always says, the best is yet to be. Our table topic master for this afternoon, Kevin Lim. Over to you, Kevin. Oh, sorry, we need to poll for the speech. Timer, may we have the timing for all the speakers?
All are qualified for polling.
Okay. Zoom master, may we have the polling now? Wow, hard to filter. Abstain.
Okay, the poll is ending in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.5. Okay, I'm ending the poll. Thank you very much for everyone to respond. Thank you.
Okay, so back to you, Kevin Lim, for the table topics for this afternoon.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Good afternoon, or good morning, or good afternoon, Club President and fellow Toastmasters. Let me just start off by sharing the share screen first. Right, the table topics for, or rather the theme for today is staying focused. The words staying focused is an easy statement to utter. It is, however, a description encompassing grit and discipline. It takes character to ensure focus stays where it should remain. Today, all, and I mean all, who embark on the table topic segment will be examples of exhibiting courage, boldness, and excellence. Every table topic participant will be given 2 minutes to speak on a topic given. 1 minute, the green screen will be shown. 1.5 minute, yellow screen. 2 minutes, red screen. 2.5 minutes, the human ring sound, if there is, will begin to sound. Participants will choose a number and the topic will be reviewed. There will be 8 topics to choose from. So let's start the table topic session. Any first volunteer?
Kevin, can you please share the screen because we can see the ones on the side?
Oh, really?
That means you're putting in presentation mode, yes.
Slideshow, yeah.
Can you see now?
No, we
no, we
can
can.
see, but he wants it to be in slide mode. Yes,
Because
at
we
the
can
bottom.
see everything, you see?
Oh, yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay.
So
Okay. So any first
the numbers
volunteers?
to choose from.
Okay, we have a shortage of time. We're going to wait for volunteers to take a while. Just pick victims. But
Okay,
don't
I
pick me
volunteer.
because I'm the general.
Someone is volunteering. Who's that?
Me, Regine.
Who is it?
Me, Regine.
Regine. Hi, Regine. Yes. Number?
1.
1. Okay. Is staying focused so important?
Give me a moment to, okay, find the timer.
Okay, she's there. Yep, so hi guys. Staying focused is definitely important and is very essential for our line. Since like right now is the final sprint and production is definitely on the high for everyone. Staying focused, I would say that it's not only for the production, but it's also a testament to how we are committed to our goals from the start of the year, because I believe each and every one of you will have something in mind that you want to achieve. Let's say, I would like to maybe pick up new habits, pick up reading. Let's say from the start of the year, if you are not a consistent reader like myself, unfortunately, and I'm still working on it. So that is something that I'm trying to tell myself, that if I really want to stay true to a goal or to an achievement, or really want to reach out to something, I would need to stay focused and be consistent on what I do, be it writing down, taking note of the daily tasks of what I really need to do. And really, consistency is key over here if you want to stay focused. So everyone, the call of action today is, if you want to stay focused, keep in mind of what you want and don't be distracted. Once you're distracted, then you know where it goes. And you'll say the same thing again and again for the upcoming years. Good luck, everyone, and stay focused. Thank you. And back to you, table topics, master of the day.
Thank you, Regine. Indeed, consistency really is a testament to our commitment to our goals. Well done.
You can just pick up on the list that Terence wrote.
Yes. So number 1 is taken. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyone?
I'd like to, wait, before that, I'd like to volunteer our guest, Wendy.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the guest.
Wendy, can you give it a try? Just unmute yourself and pick a number.
Okay. So I have to choose a number, right? I'll choose 4.
Number 4. Okay, hold on. Focus on work, focus on family, focus on health. Which takes priority?
Right. I would say focus on health, because I feel that especially with the pandemic and the updates of the pandemic nowadays, we tend to get a bit stressed up. And also because we are cooped up at home, we do not take care of our mental health. So I think it's important to take a look at our mental health. Although we are running for our target for this year, but we also sometimes may experience burnout and things like that. So I personally feel that if there's a need for us to take a step back and take a rest for a day or two, I think we need to. And then that's where we can clear our mind, gain some clarity before we begin to work on our sales again. Yeah. And of course, mental health, we also should take some time to go for outdoor activities to keep ourselves busy, and to be thankful, to acknowledge gratitude every now and then. This is to remind ourselves that whatever we do today is for the better of our client, and also for the betterment of our family, why we work hard for, and things like that. Yeah. Thank you very much. I think that's my sharing.
Thank you, Wendy. Indeed, what you mentioned is health is wealth. And what you have just said, everything is so positive. Thank you very much.
Looks like
Right.
Jack wants to pick one.
Jack. Okay, 1 and 4 is taken. So we have 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hi, Kevin. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, can I go for the next one?
Which is number?
I'll go for number 5.
Number 5. Okay,
Yes,
hold on.
thank you.
Our focus in life has to be constantly adjusted to bring clarity, just like the focus lenses of the camera.
Yes, I agree. Okay, basically, right, just imagine you're wearing a spectacle right now, or you're watching your computer screen right now. If the screen, right, is full of dust or dirt, right, will you actually want to continue looking at your screen? Or will you rather, right, take a cloth to wipe it so that you have a clarity? So similarly, right, our job here, right, is to make sure that our client, right, know what we know, what they do not know, isn't it? And important, right, is that why driving a car, you need to have rear mirror as well as side mirror. It's because, right, all of us has blind spot. So focus, right, is actually the key because we all have only 24 hours a day. And more importantly, right, given this 24 hours, right, what is the priority at that timing? To make time for Toastmaster, to make time for family, to make time for exercise, to make time for your mental health, to make time for your me time, or to make time for watching Netflix. Yeah, so having clarity, right, is actually very important for us, especially we are financial planner, because we seek to open the light at the end of the tunnel for the customer. We seek to empower people to make sure that they know what they do not know. We seek to be a better version of ourselves. So that's why we are in AI Toastmaster, because we believe that with clarity, we can bring brightness, bring light, and bring love to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jack. Indeed, what you said, we have 24 hours a day, and this really translates to really our days are really numbered, and we've got to take seriously what is laid before us. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. Thank you.
Okay, next. 1, 4, 5 are taken. We have 2, 3, 6,
Sorry,
7, 8.
Kevin. I have to cut you off. A bit of overtime already, so we will only be having 3 table topics for this afternoon.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and back to you.
Okay, may we have the timers report for the table topic speakers?
All is eligible for polling.
Okay. Zoom master, may we have the poll?
Give me a few seconds, having some issue. Can we do this after the break? Yeah. No.
Okay, so for before that, may we all turn on our cameras for our photo taking session for this afternoon? Put up your biggest smiles, and Eric, you'll be taking the picture.
Yes, I will be. So please turn on your cameras. Give us your biggest smile. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Yes. Thank you. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, guys. Let's proceed.
I think since we got a shorter, we can do without the break, right? We just go, just power through.
Everyone good with continuing with the project evaluation segment?
Yep, let's continue.
Okay, so now we move on to the project evaluation segment and evaluating Gordon's pitch. Later. I have 3 years with AIA FA and has 15 years of experience in the finance industry. She is also a vocal coach and provides training to individuals and organizations. And she strongly believes in having a work-life balance. Hopefully, she's achieved it. Dynamic Leadership Level 1, Shirley Chia. Over to you, Shirley.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. And Good afternoon to everyone and also to Gordon. Yeah, I actually like your speech a lot. Although it's your first icebreaker speech, I find that you sound like a very experienced speaker. And the first thing that I have for you was that you started off with very steady tone. You started with a question as a good opening. Imagine someone said this to you, you are not good enough. Yeah, it gives the audience a chance to think about what makes you think that not good enough. You have very good pace. It's not too fast or neither too slow. And you use some words very paramount time. That was a good word used. You also quoted quite a number of quotes. One of them was life's like a game, and you even elaborated on how to apply it in your life, and you actually add on that. You also ended with a quote on minds are like parachute. Yeah, it gives me a wow factor in it because although it's the first icebreaker, but you are really an experienced speaker. I look forward to hear more from you. But of course, the things that you can work on, first thing is that you could have more eye contact. Yeah, I think it's because you're not really looking into the lens. So it looks like you're not speaking to us directly because it's a Zoom session. So you have to try to look at the camera more often. For tone-wise, can have more variety in it as well, more variations. One part to actually challenge yourself is that you can add on some humor into it. Perhaps some lighthearted conversation you had with Susan when they were trying to recruit you. Like, is there any jokes that you have or any questions you have that you like to share with them that you felt it was something funny to end on that? Yeah, of course, the title, I felt that you could also have more, after whatever that you shared, right, you could bring it back to your title, maybe this is why I joined AIA Toastmaster Club. So it feels more complete as a whole sharing itself. But overall, I feel it's a good job and I look forward to hear more from you. Yeah. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Shirley, for that evaluation. And now evaluating Pekgan's speech. Most people find it hard to call her name, so we can call her Minnie. She's a financial services consultant specializing in policy portfolio review and helping anyone increase their coverage and save money. She lived in Singapore for more than 50 years, and in her free time, you can always find her volunteering in Tampines Care Corner. Our evaluator for this afternoon, Romania Leonard. Over to you, Romania.
Good afternoon. Pekgan, insurance is my lifesaver. And fellow Toastmasters, I cannot agree more with Pekgan. Pekgan, I love your speech and thank you for delivering that fantastic speech and that very important messages. I wanted to commend you on how your speech was structured. It was well structured, have a clear opener, middle, and closing. One thing that stood out is that you have captivated me with your personal story. Now I will not forget what happened on 13th of July. So also while you were telling that story, you have demonstrated a good vocal variety. When you were sad, you have showed it to us. When you're happy, you have a good eye contact. You use gestures throughout your speech. Something you can probably work on is your timing. I think you're within the time. Anyway, is on that, and you can probably also explore to ask asking questions to engage and connect with audience. Just example, and when you mentioned about being grateful, we have a job. So something questions to pose with the audience. But again, to summarize, you have done well with the structure of your speech. You have a good vocal variety, have a good eye contact and use of gestures. The opportunities to work on is on the timing and more probably explore on the audience engagement. But overall, Pekgan, you did a great job on your speech, and I'm looking forward to hearing your next speech. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Wonderful evaluation, Romania. And now for our third evaluator for this afternoon, evaluating Maria's speech. She's a financial advisor with AIA for 3 years and joined the Toastmaster Club last year and has been receiving a lot of support. We got you. She loves food and she loves hosting. Maybe you'll be the Toastmaster next time. Persuasive Influence Level 2, Vivian Tan. Over to you, Vivian.
Vivian, wait first. Oh, yeah, sorry. Just want to check the timer's background. Okay, you may begin. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I was very, very impressed by Maria's speech. At first glance, she looked composed, trustworthy, and she gives up a very patient persona as well. She then looked at the camera, smiled, and started asking us 3 questions. That immediately got me into the thing that she's trying to say, which is about leadership. And then when we look at the structure of her entire speech, it is very well organized. After asking the 3 questions, she started to ask, what if we don't have leaders? What kind of chaos that the world will be in without good leaders? And then what's most amazing is she started to talk about her stories. And this part, I really love it because not only she shows, firstly, what makes her think of leadership, which is how her kids' vulnerability makes her want to create people from the same, to create a group with support group with the same backgrounds. And then she moved on to explain how she used her altruistic leadership style to bring people from the church together and how she helped them with her knowledge in financial. I also remember Maria mentions long time ago that English is not her first language, and that's why she's a bit nervous when she speaks in English. However, I do think that she's actually turning what was supposed to be her disadvantage into her strength today. By speaking in short sentences and bringing in good pauses, she actually makes all of us think deeper and also have the time to digest what she tries to portray. My personal problem was always talking too fast, so I think I should learn from Maria in this area. Of course, there are some areas to improve. I love the fact that she is using a lot of rhetoric techniques in the whole speeches, including, have you guys thought of this? Have you guys thought of that? But at the very beginning, when she greeted all of us, she said, good afternoon, Toastmaster, good afternoon, people. There are too many good afternoon, just say one, good afternoon, people, good afternoon, Toastmasters. That would be nice. And then maybe show a bit more expression when you are speaking. So for example, you can be comfortably show the vulnerability that your kids being through in a foreign nations in Singapore, maybe bringing some expression, maybe bringing some hand gesture to express that part. And also your happiness when you mention how happy you are when you use your knowledge to help people from your church group. So adding a bit more expression. Lastly, I would say that it is a very, very good attempt, especially for a person whose first language is not English. Keep it up, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivian. And now evaluating Francis' speech. Wears many different hats. He's known as a risk management specialist to his clients, a high net worth specialist to his coworkers, and a pathway specialist to us Toastmasters. Let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster Eric Tan. Over to you, Eric.
Thank you, Toastmaster Day, Club President, fellow Toastmasters, and friends. First of all, I would like every one of you to acknowledge Frances for her effort. The reason is because in level 4 of pathways, any pathways, we know that it's not going to be easy. We know that it's very challenging, but at the same time, we also have to recognize that we can actually take away some of the things that she has just demonstrated. Number one, this project itself is very applicable to what we do. Imagine ourselves in a board meeting, speaking to our corporate clients, trying to convey a message or to persuade them to buy into our plan. And through that presentation, there will be some Q&As involved. And how are we able to confidently portray and answer those questions one at a time. And this is what Frances has demonstrated. Okay, some of the good points that we have to remember. You notice that when Frances was presenting, her slides were clear, it was clean, it was not cluttered. It's easy for the audience to take note of every point. This is very important. A lot of times we have too many words or too many pictures in the slide. That will distract the audience. And that is something that I would like to commend her about. Second, you notice that during the Q&A question, the first time when I asked her the question, she repeated that question. This is a technique whereby it can actually buy you some time to think. Or if you are not sure what the person is asking, this is actually a good way to reconfirm, okay, your doubts. Don't ever assume. And that is what she has demonstrated greatly. Third, you notice that in the course of presenting her plan, she ropes in everybody. You know, she started with, oh, everything, we have the very good Toastmaster of the day, you know, to handle all issues. But as she goes along, she finds that she needs to pull in everybody. So she talks about Shuton, she talks about Jack, you know, because every plan is a team effort. So this is one of the ways that we need to recognize the team. Okay, so that effort is commendable. The areas of recommendation I would like to suggest to Frances would be, number one, confidence level. You really need to be very confident. You had the slides prepared. The slides are there as your guide. So you have to present it in a very confident way, even when there's some technical issues. Be confident enough to say, discard the slides, present it as per you are presenting. Have that confidence, because when you have the confidence, the buy-in will be there. Second, in each slide, when you are introducing your speaker, consider elaborating on why them, how they can help bring value to the audience, and what is their strength. This is to enhance your credibility. Finally, before answering every question, consider these three aspects. First, acknowledge. Second, compliment. Third, pause. Then you answer the questions, because it allows you to have some time to answer it in a confident manner. And finally, don't just end it like that. Do a closing or a wrap up to reiterate why you have this plan in the first place. So I hope my suggestion worked for you. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you.
Table master. Okay, so may we ask the timer for the timer's report?
Almost said back to you, table topics master already.
All qualified except for Eric.
Okay.
No, but for evaluators, you need to give the exact timing.
Oh, for Shirley is 2 minutes 3 seconds. Romania is 2 minutes. Vivian is 3 minutes 14 seconds. Eric is 3 minutes 40 seconds. 40.
Okay. Zoom master, may we have the polling for the table?
Sorry, Eric is 3 minutes and 40 seconds, 40.
Yeah.
That means he didn't qualify.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yes.
that's what she said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Zoom master, may we have the polling for table topics and project evaluation?
Sure. 1 second, launching.
Table topics.
Can I launch the best table topic speaker first in sequence?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, we are done with the poll for best table topic. Now we move on to best evaluator.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go. Please don't vote for me, even though my name is there. Okay. Thank you. Okay, and we are done. Thank you so much for all your votes.
Okay.
Toastmaster Dave, please proceed. Thank you.
Okay, now we go on the workshop for this afternoon. And our speaker is skillful in making complex subjects simple. And this afternoon, she hopes to empower members with easy layman language to pitch GDIF, the Global Dynamic Income Fund, if I'm correct. Motivational Strategies Level 1, Linda Lee. Over to you, Linda.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. Can everyone hear me and see me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Yes, and including my slides.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't hear your slides, but I can see them clearly.
Yeah, I can see the cake.
You can see the cake, right? Have your cake and eat it. Right, I have about 25 minutes. I shall go on Speedy Gonzalez mode. So this afternoon, we are talking about, my slide, okay, good. All right, so GDIF, Global Dynamic Income Fund. Before I dive straight into it, I just have a few notes, few points for us to take note. Firstly, is there a perfect presentation? All of us do our presentation differently. Is that a perfect one? What does a perfect presentation look like? I like to suggest there is no perfect presentation. However, a presentation is only perfect if we speak at our prospect, at our clients, with our clients' lingo. That means using the kind of language that they can understand, the speed, etc. You speak at their level. So some of them are very investment savvy. You want to up your level. But some of them, they do not know much about investment. So you have to adjust, right? We have to adjust our presentation accordingly. And of course, it has to appeal to their desires. So this afternoon, my presentation, this is the way that I present to my clients, okay, their kind of profile, the kind of lingo that they use. So I may throw in a little bit of dialects, a little bit of non-English, if you don't mind. And also do a bespoke, have a bespoke presentation deck. The company has done up the investment presentation pitch book for us. However, there are lots of information in there. So you have to pick and choose the kind of information you think is appropriate and useful for your clients. They have decks, like, for example, they talk about the cost of waiting, the cost of being overcautious. They have slides about different kind of investment and etc. This is just to give you some sample. So you need to pick and choose the slides that work for you and also appeal to your client and help you communicate in a manner that they can understand. This afternoon, as I present to you, I would like you to see from the prospect's point of view. Some of the investment jargon I may use, or some of the information you already know. However, I do not want you to have a switch off mode. All right, we FSC, sometimes when we attend training, we say, I know this, I know that. So we kind of like switch off and we only pay half attention. So we don't get the value out of the training. So I would appreciate if you can put on a prospect's point of view and listen to my presentation. The preamble, usually before I dive straight into the product itself, this is what I will present to my client, whether they are looking for retirement, they are looking at retirement planning or protection. This is the preamble that I will present. This is what I'll say. Now, tell me, what do you know, what do you think is financial planning? Perhaps some of you may want to type in the chat. What do you think is financial planning? I asked them. Okay, never mind, because I cannot quite see y'all. I can't see the chat. So this is what I'll tell them. Now, a lot of people think that financial planning is all about insurance. However, financial planning really is all about achieving financial freedom at a desired time. It can be 40, it can be 60, it can be 70. It's really up to you. So attaining financial freedom at the desired time. However, we know that life is not simply a straight road like that. Life is filled with a lot of hiccups. There are pitfalls and roadblocks. So this is where insurance comes in. So the number one wealth that we talk about is you want to protect your wealth, because due to all these unforeseen circumstances that life throw at us. So insurance is really about your wealth protection. You are now working, earning an income, you want to protect that income. The next one is talking about wealth accumulation. As you work, you want to accumulate your wealth, because that is, look at the dollar sign up there, you want to achieve and attain your financial freedom. So we accumulate our wealth along the way. Thirdly, you also want to, as you accumulate your wealth, you want to manage it, because you don't want to simply put your wealth under the pillow, or maybe just put in some savings account which give you very low interest. You want to ensure that you manage and make your money work harder for you. And when you reach about auntie's age, my age, in your 50s or in your 60s, we are quite near to financial freedom already. We want to ensure that whatever we have accumulated, we want to preserve it. At this stage, we don't want to be taking big risks. So we want to preserve, that is your wealth preservation. And finally, after all that you have done through your life, you have done all your savings, accumulated all your wealth. When you say bye-bye, you want to ensure that it goes to the right people. So this is where we want to ensure that we distribute our wealth according to our desire. So that is wealth distribution. In other words, is writing of your will. There's another subject that we can explore. Oh, somebody's sneezing. In short, this is your wealth journey. So me as your financial services consultant, I have been...
Hi, Jane's upstairs.
Yeah. So master, please help me to mute. Right, thank you. So where was I? All right, next slide.
Wealth journey.
Wealth journey, yes, right. So as your financial services consultant, I have been taking care of your financial matters all these years. So this is really the journey as we move along. So this afternoon, we are going to talk about your retirement plan, as we have spoken over the phone. This product I'm sharing with you, I'm going to share with you, is a product that will pay you dividend on a quarterly basis, as you can see on my slide here. So on top of your CPF life, this is your another stream of income that will come in steadily for your retirement. And this plan, we pay you dividend every quarter on March, June, September, and December. So what's so special about this particular product? Now, you have done with me and also with the bank some investment. We call those retail investment. Retail investment means that anybody can really participate in it. Small money, they will also accept. However, these are institutional fund managers. What's the difference? Institutional fund managers, they are the big boys. We call them the big boys. They do not just invest retail money, small money to them. Even $1 million, 5 million, 10 million is small money to them. They take care of countries' provident funds, countries' sovereign funds. Example like our CPF, big money. So a quick introduction of these three companies. You can see, firstly, Wellington. Look at their AUM. AUM means asset under management. That means the amount of money that they are managing. 1.1 trillion. At PIMCO, 1.92 trillion. Right? And then BlackRock, a name that is maybe quite familiar to you, 7.32 trillion. Now, these three companies, they are experts in their own field, all right, in their own field. So what has AIA got to do with them? Now, earlier on, I mentioned that as retail investors, we really do not have the opportunity to tap into their expertise and their experience because they go for the big bucks. But we are very fortunate that AIA has this tie-up with them. Okay, so we call it the AIA Investment Stewardship. So what does it mean? It is like, let me use this analogy. It's like these three are three different teachers. They are excellent in their own subjects, the science, the arts, the math, maybe. And AIA Investment Stewardship is like the principal. So there is still this safeguard. They will still be checking, although they are expert in their own field. The principal will say, oh, okay, you don't go overboard, getting my student to be doing that kind of very risky sports. They may hurt themselves. So there is still checks by AIA. I'll go into that detail afterwards. Let me see here. Okay, let me skip this slide for a moment. I want to come to this particular strategy that they use. Now remember, this particular fund is to make your money work harder so that we are able to deliver the dividends to you every quarter. In investment, if you're familiar, you know there are really two-pronged, two directions. One is you want to grow your capital, right? You invest in stocks, whatever, you want to ensure that your 100K grows. On the other hand, there is the other kind of funds whereby the capital may not grow that fast, but the aim is to make your capital work harder so that we can produce the dividend to pay to you. And this covered call option is one of the strategy that they use by Wellington. Okay, let me explain how this covered call option works. Say, for example, I am here, I am AIA, and I own this stock for $10. I have this stock in hand, $10. And then, Terence, you come to me. Terence, you are an investor. And you and I, Chun know, we see, say, hey, Ken, this stock, I think by the end of this year, can grow to, can rise to $20. Right? Because you are an investor, you have the money now, $10 to buy up the stocks from me at $10. However, you do not want to lock in your money, $10 for the whole 1 year. So I say, okay, let's strike a deal. I'm going to sell you this ticket or this coupon. Now, this ticket entitles you to purchase this stock at how much? At $15 at the end of the year when the stock grows to $20. Follow me thus far? Right. But this is not free. To get this ticket is not free. So let's say I sell you this ticket at $2. So you're very happy because you buy this $2 to chop, to reserve the rights to buy this stock from me at $15 1 year down the road. So you free up $8. So your $8, you can go and buy your other, invest in whatever thing. So at the end of the first year, when the stock in the market has indeed grown to $20, wow, we very soon now we look at it, $20. Then you come, hey Linda, I want to buy over your stock, your ABC stock at $15 because I've got this coupon. Fine, I will sell it to you. Now, firstly, you see that upfront, I have already collected $2 from you. So this is the extra money that I've already earned. It's real earning because I have already owned this stock at the point in time was $10. I may have purchased it at $8 or even lower, but I sell you this coupon for $2. So I really earned this $2. Even come year end, I sell it at $15, it doesn't matter to me. So the strategy, you see that I have already sold that ticket and earned $2. Then you ask me, hey, what happened if year end, it didn't go to $20, like it drops to $10? No, doesn't matter to me because I already collected $2 upfront. Year end, it drops to $10. So Terence, will you exercise your option? You will not. Why should you buy the stock from me at $15? You'd rather go to the market to buy it at $10, isn't it? So it doesn't affect me in any way because I already upfront earn your $2. So this is just one of the strategy that Wellington used to earn this extra income in order to pay you the dividend. Okay, this is one strategy. Another strategy, this is from PIMCO. PIMCO is another company, remember the one in the middle? So PIMCO, they are expert in buying high yield bonds. High yield bonds means you buy those bonds that pay very high interest. You know, bonds are instruments whereby you lend money and then the issuer promise to give you certain interest. And if the interest that they promise to give you is very high, we call them high yield bonds. But high yield bonds also has its risk because they pay you so high. What happens if they default? I'm sure you heard this term called default, right? They default the bonds because when at the end of the day, they are unable to pay you that kind of interest. Now you look at PIMCO. PIMCO is really the expert in this space. This is a chart here. You can see the green is Moody's high yield default rates. So you see in the market. So during this crisis at these two periods, these companies, they suffered the issuer who default their bonds. However, you look at PIMCO, no? PIMCO, they didn't suffer. Yes, there is a spike here, but they didn't lose so much. So what it means is that PIMCO is an expert in searching out for high yield bonds, but these corporations are stable. Chances of them going default the bond is low, right? So I just share with you these two simple strategies that these three big boys, they use to churn the result for you, okay? And there is also another strategy, all right, a third strategy. Okay, this is a little bit technical, but let me just put it very simply. So your money comes in, say your 100,000 comes in. It is divided, it goes into these three different portions. The blue one is Wellington, where it goes into equity, that means the stocks and shares, 40%. And then PIMCO, just now the high yield bond we talked about is 20%. And then the diversified income, which is a bond fund, 40%. This is called the SAA, is called, what is SAA called? Something is tactical, this is strategy, is it? Can someone help me?
Strategic
yeah.
allocation, tactical allocation.
Strategic asset allocation. However, this 40, 20, 40 is not cast in stone. It's not permanently that, well, your money die must be in that kind of percentage. No. The three companies, they're given the privilege to be able to do tactical allocation, meaning to say when the market change, right, maybe from bull to bear, they have the liberty to shift. So over here, you see the blue and the red one, they have the liberty to shift between 0 to 70%. All right, so if equity is going down, they can actually move your money down to the bonds. Okay, so there is this other strategy that is adopted. So we don't have to monitor and make sure that there's auto rebalancing. It's all already inside the structure of this fund. Okay, I want to go back to earlier on this slide here. Okay. So just now we mentioned about AIA being the stewardship, right? Investment stewardship. Check and balance. Remember the principal and the teachers I was mentioning? So you notice, PIMCO, they are expert in the high yield bond. But they cannot say, oh, this company, this issuer is going to give 8% and you're going to put in a lot of money there. No, AIA has got check and balance. AIA says that only 3% exposure to a single issuer. Okay, so these are some, as a stewardship, AIA is overall oversight the management of the funds of these three big boys. Okay, let me come here quickly. So how does this differ from your CPF life? You see, CPF life and your other kind of retirement plans, they pay you until the day you say bye-bye. You receive your last dollar and that's it. Just nice, okay, perfect. However, this particular fund is, you see, they pay you regular dividend to supplement your dividend to retirement lifestyle while your capital stays invested. No, your capital is not guaranteed. It's not capital guaranteed, remember that? However, they work hard to make this capital work hard to pay you the dividend. That is why I mentioned that you can have your cake and eat it. What it means is that at the end, when you bye-bye, after collecting your dividend over 10, 20 years, and you eventually say bye-bye, and you go and meet your maker, over here, you can leave a legacy behind. Upon your demise, the policy value, okay, let's say the capital, can be passed to your loved ones. So you can have your cake and eat it. I want to share with you very quickly the dividend that we have paid over the past 3 quarters. First is, this is in June, just this past year. We have paid out an annual dividend like that, 5.71. Our purpose is we aim to be able to give 4 to 5%. But you see, we have already surpassed our own expectation. And in June, the AUM we collected for this fund was only 75 million. Look here, in September now, September also surpassed our expectation, 5.69%. And we have collected 150 million, double in June, just in a short 3 months. So this particular fund is very popular. It is, I'm not saying that there's no risk, but because of the strategy that they use, I am very confident in this particular fund. I also have bought it for myself. Quick example of one of my clients. This person, he started the policy when? In December last year only. And he put in 100K. Oh yes, by the way, there is an upfront 3% sales charge. And this is the one and only charge that you need to pay upfront. So for 100K, you need to pay 3% is 3,000, and that's it. Okay. After that, should you terminate the policy, what you see is what you get. So this person has already collected dividend here twice, 2008 and 2004 in March and in June. And then you see the current policy value is 103. So say, for example, for some reason, he wants to terminate this plan. Maybe he wants to finance the child as a down payment for her new home, etc. He has already collected here the dividend 2 times, close to 4,000. And should he terminate this plan, he gets 103. Remember, what you see is what you get. So about 4,000, he earns about close to 8,000, you know, from December last year till this was in June. Okay. On the other hand, if you think that, yeah, this is small money, I don't need, you have your CPF, life, etc., you can still reinvest your coupon back into the funds. So that one shows you that you reinvest, okay, then your number of units will continue to grow. And this is the chart that shows you, we only started in September last year. Okay, of course, there is Usiki, Usilo. That is what investment is all about. Okay, and I also have a chart here to do a quick calculation to show my client 100K, this is today's price and what could potentially they get every quarter after minusing the 3% sales charge. Okay, quick one, you know, because I'm pretty slow in my calculation. So I use tools to aid me. So there you have, ladies and gentlemen, you can have your cake and eat it. Now tell me, what would be a meaningful amount for you to start this program today? Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, exactly 25 minutes.
Wow. Such a fast pace for that one. Thank you, Linda, for helping us understand the Global Dynamic Income Fund. So now we go to the awards presentation, but before that, let's have the counter word from Toastmaster Regine Sim.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a moment. I need to go back to that page. So generally for today's accounting is like even I myself have sometimes. So it's okay to have accountants, but I feel that there's a trend of pause fillers that some of us have is because due to our nervousness, or maybe we are not very sure with what we're gonna say. And some of us is more of because we have an increase in pace of our speeches. That's why there's a lot of the pause fillers or pause sounds, pause words. So I'll just give a general breakthrough. So for Shirley, you have 2 3 likes. For Mac, you have 1 three so. Francis, you have quite a bit of pause fillers. So the habit will be it could be also because of like there's a lot of the technical issues with the slides, so can understand maybe there's like some miscommunication between moving on to the slides and between your speeches. So there might be a bit of mismatch. Then that's why some of the pause fillers may came out. So maybe moving forward is how you can try and, because it's a network thing, so maybe can see how we can move on and try to match the tech and the speech side. Yeah. Then for Gordon, you have 1 2 okay, and 1 now. Generally is okay because you have appropriate pauses, so like lesser pause fillers. Then for Pig Gun, good job, generally clean. There's not much of a pause fillers. And for Maria, you tend to use pause fillers when you increase your pace in the speech. So you use more like so, and yeah. So when you start to increase the pace of your speech, then that's where all these pause fillers come in. If not, generally is okay. And for Irene, very well done as well. Not much of a pause fillers. Kevin too. Romania, well done as well. There's 1 2 Vivian, great job. Also not much of a pause fillers. Eric also, very good job. Linda too, all right. And generally, Linda's presentation is very well presented. Just that when there's some the changing of in between the slides part, then there's this the alright came in to try to link back the previous sentence and the current one together, because it's like it suddenly got cut off. So for myself, I also have a lot of counter that I need to take note, because I keep trying to link the words together and try not to use. I'm trying to be succinct and try to use shorter sentences, because one thing I found that like throughout our speeches, right, when we want to, if we tend to talk in longer sentences, then that's why we tend to use pause fillers to link up the words together. And for Wendy, thank you for participating in our table topics. For you, you have a habit of using a lot. Yeah, so maybe because it's I'm not sure is it your first speech, but well done on attempting on the speech. And for Jack, is generally well done for the table topics with not so much of filler sounds, more of filler words like so and right. So you don't really have the or it's more of the words that you fit in between to link up the words together. Yeah, so that's about it. Yeah, so please give me feedback, like how should I do for accounting, because it's my maiden time attempting. Yeah, so that's my report for you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Regine, for doing the counter for this afternoon. And now for our general evaluator, he has 20 years experience in the finance industry, and his ambition in life is to be at the font of useless knowledge. Distinguished Toastmaster Terence Nunes. Over to you, Terence.
Thank you very much. I know it's been a long time since the club has had a general evaluator. So especially for our new members, the general evaluator's job is to evaluate the overall meeting, as well as the people who speak who are not evaluated, the project evaluators, the language evaluator, if there's any, and all the other appointment holders. Now, here are some observations about the program. The general evaluator report cannot possibly take 3 minutes. More time must be allocated. So the next time we have a GE, especially an external one, it should be 10 minutes, same as the language evaluator. And that's why we seldom have both an LE and a GE, because of the number of speakers we have in our club. While I understand the time constraints, 10 minutes for table topics is a tad short and we need to either give it more time when possible or constrain adjusting our program slightly. Why? Because we're all financial advisors. Impromptu speaking is an important skill and something that our members need to develop. Before you can talk about doing all those fancy presentations to your clients, you must be able to convince them to meet you first. That's where impromptu speaking is about. Speakers and evaluators, including the workshop presenter and table topics master, must come in earlier to do an audio and video check. I noticed that this was neglected and that's why we had some technical issues. Now, this is not just for Toastmasters meeting. This is a good habit if you're going to speak outside. When you're doing seminars and presentations to potential clients, you want to go early to settle yourself down and ensure that everything works. You don't want to go onto the mic and embarrass yourself. The Zoom master forgot to start the Zoom recording on time. The TMD should have checked. Sergeant Arms did well. Now let's talk about the timer. She forgot to switch on the video and the first speaker could not see the timing. The TMD did well to correct this oversight. Timer must note that while we do not give exact timings for impromptu speakers due to time constraints, we do so for all appointed project speakers and speech evaluators. You notice I don't mention names, I mention the appointment. These are the things that need to be done at appointment. So the rest of you need to take note. President, we must consider that this is the president's opening address. We must consider since the Toastmasters is about speaking in a formal context, we need to consider that when we are delivering a speech to an audience, and this can be any audience, there can be ministers present, your CEO is present, you have an ultra high net worth client. What would be the subject matter that we want to talk about and how do we want to convey? It's very important. How we speak in Toastmasters is how we speak to our most important clients, the one that put the most money in your pocket. So in that light, we should know that toilet humor analogies may be something we want to avoid because it's not entirely proper. Even for humorous speech, you notice that even if we use toilet humor, we tend to get marked down. Because why? Again, we are speaking in a formal context. All that aside, it's heartening that the president has put in great effort to encourage members for their final sprints. I don't even run. A president's speech is meant to be encompassing, providing vision for all members, and that's what a speech is. A president's speech is a policy speech. It is meant to set the direction for the month and sometimes the quarter. Toastmaster of the day, since he spoke the most, I wrote the most about him. The timing sequence needs to be elaborated properly. The TMD must communicate with the timer and guide her on this. The TMD did not acknowledge the appointment holders who made the meeting happen, nor did he inform the meeting that there was a general evaluator so that they will behave themselves, or an R counter, because these are people who evaluate the entire meeting. The TMD did not use poets, which I'm very disappointed because I taught him that and I wrote it down. When introducing speakers and appointment holders, there's a system in how we do things. This is not just a Toastmasters thing, it's something we do when we do outside. The transition between segments should be smoother. This will come with practice. The TMD did well to summarize 1 or 2 points of each speech, but the longer the meeting went, the shorter the summary. He must be tired. The TMD must mention the name and title of appointment holders. These people have earned their titles, whether it's PM1 or Tan Sri, whatever it is. Mention that out. Okay, jokes aside, all Toastmaster titles should be mentioned. The only thing we do not mention at Toastmasters meeting is titles earned outside Toastmasters because we're meant to be equal here. So if you're a doctor, you're a Tan Sri, you're a minister mentor, doesn't matter. Down here, your Toastmaster title is mentioned and your appointments should be mentioned. And when you mention a point, don't just say timer, mention their names. People want to be acknowledged and validated. This is a useful skill because when you meet people in the real world, you need to mention their names when you speak to them, especially if you want them to buy from you. Speaker 1. The speaker should check the video and audio before speaking. This is a good habit to have in any meeting, unless it is an event with a sound engineer, like we have our physical meetings. Overall, this was a good performance for first speech. The contention is that there is not enough meat in the speech. What the speaker did was touch points in his life without actual call to action on overt narrative lesson. Every speech should matter. This was for speaker 2, this was the speaker's second speech. Compared to the first, this was a vast improvement and a clear progression. And this is what we want to see. This is a credit to the speaker and the mentor. The use of a personal narrative drives home a point about the need for insurance. Speaker number 3. This is the speaker's first speech for level 2. And so there was a gap between the last speech and this, and you can tell that she was a bit rusty. The speaker spent too much time talking about her impression of other people's leadership style when she should be talking about herself. This took time away from her own story. Speaker number 4. For advanced project, role players and appointment holders should be briefed in advance. This allows the meeting to run smoothly. It would be better to do a file check before the meeting to see if the system allows it. If there are technical checks, technical issues, then the speaker should consider doing without the slides. Remember, the slides are not a crutch. We can speak with the slides and we can speak without. The ending of the presentation was also quite abrupt. However, this is an advanced project, her first advanced project. Table topics master, excellent introduction to the concept of table topics and an explanation of the system. However, you forgot to put the slides in share mode and you forgot to go through the timing sequence. Remember that we have people who are new to Toastmasters, new to the concept. Poor Wendy was struggling, thinking when she should stop speaking. Members should not be afraid to take advantage of the airtime and volunteer for table topics. You're here to learn to be better. So the next time we have a meeting, volunteer. Don't be shy. This is not the place to be shy. And for the next table topics master, if they don't volunteer, after 2 seconds, nobody has a name, put a name there. Unless they have a reason, they're dying or someone is dying, they should speak. Speech evaluator 1. First evaluation, and it was a credible effort. However, there should be more focus on the technicalities of the speaker's speech. There was a little link between the opening statement and the body of speech. These are things that we need to cover. This is all her mentor's fault, me. Evaluator 2, her first evaluation as well. There was emphasis on structure and is a good effort for the first time. The primary role of a project evaluator is to encourage the speaker to give another speech. There should be 1 point overall that the speaker can take away to make the next speech better. Evaluator 3, good evaluation, and she's a credit to a mentor. She dissected it well. Basically, this was a clone of Eric. Speech evaluator number 4, acknowledge the speaker's accomplishment in completing a level 4 speech. However, he airbrushed the technical challenges that detracted from the overall presentation and how she should react in such a situation. Aside from that, that was actually the best evaluation. Only thing is that we spent so much time talking about it, it went over time. Now, here's the thing we must all remember. No matter how long the speech, even if you have half an hour's worth of material, when you're presenting the evaluation, stick to 3 points. 3 things good, 3 things bad, maximum, and 1 overall lesson. If there's anything more to say, take it outside the meeting. Workshop presentation. She spent time establishing context and managing expectations of the audience. This is something experienced presenters do. Establish the context and manage expectations. This is what we're going to cover. Now, one of the things that we can say about the speaker is that she had 20 to 25 minutes. So consider either giving a technical analysis or sales position. You don't have time to do both. So when you are giving your presentation to your client, remember what is the objective you want and give according to that. You can't do everything at once. The R counter. She did well to point out a trend. Considering this is her first time, this is quite impressive. However, the R counter itself started a lot of pause fillers and word fillers. She should focus more on where and when the pause and word fillers occur, as opposed to simply counting. This will allow her to give advice to some of the people why there were words. For example, Gordon, what happens? You're speaking too fast, trying to cover too many things in all your life, right? Your 200 years of existence. So what you should do, slow down your speech, focus on the point, and allow your thoughts to catch up. Francis is very simple because she felt so uncertain, unsure, because there was some distractions because of the technical issues. Now, this is what you do when this happens. Technical issues happen all the time. When this happens, take a step back, take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. Allow your mind to reset, and then you talk. Focus on what you're going to deliver and focus on what you want them to hear. Don't worry about things that we cannot work on. Other points, 3 points, the TMD should be allowed to do his job and not be preempted, because several times some people told the TMD what he should do before he did it. You do that after that. because we need to allow our appointment holders to grow, and we need to show some confidence in them, allow them to make mistakes. This is the place to make mistakes. Another thing, a bad habit, and Gerald will definitely make noise about this. Almost nobody said over to you, Toastmaster, today. You need to hand over the stage. If you're finished, over to you, Toastmaster, today. Over to you, Table Topics Master. Over to you, speaker. Finally, although the theme was bring a friend, most of us only brought friends from the club. And with that, over to you, Toastmaster, today.
Okay, so now we will thank you for that, mentor. I'll remember the poets. Okay, so may we have our VPE, Motivational Strategist Level 2, Kiki Tai, for the announcements.
Yes, hi everyone. It's a little difficult to be poetic about announcements, but I will try. And okay, here are the quick announcements for today. Coming up, we have Division G in collaboration with Division S and Division E, the leadership incubators. If you have not yet signed up, there are 4 more upcoming sessions, because the first one, it's already over, too bad. It's on the 23rd of October, but there are ones that are coming up. Please register now. You can scan the QR code here, or you can PM me later as well. And Make It Happen is happening on the 3rd of November. And you have to register through your LMS to get 2 CPD hours. You know, towards the end of the year, CPD hours is very important. And this is a great session to attend. We have Wiki Tae and our very own Su Zhen to be presenting. So there will be a power-packed 2.5 hours. Please do go grab your seat before it runs out. So 3rd of November, please mark it down, 2 to 4:30 in the afternoon. And our next chapter meeting is coming up on the 11th of November, 1111. Besides shopping away, please do come at 7 p.m. and we will have a great time together. And our next NFNF meetings will be happening on the 25th of November. Grab your speaking slots. It will be internal as usual, like today. 12 to 2, we'll try to stick to the time. And if you have not been speaking, this is a great time. If you want to challenge yourself more, please welcome to sign up for the chapter meeting. You get more audience, external project evaluators. But if you're just to test it out and not really try it, this is a very comfortable space for you to talk more. And that's all I have for today's announcement. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Okay, so now we'll be moving to the awards presentation. And we call on Club President, Persuasive Influence Level 3, Francis Go. Over to you, Francis.
Right. Hi. Hi all. Where's the result? Can you all send me the result, please?
I thought obviously I won everything. No.
Yeah, I need to be informed of the results. Hi. Okay. The best speaker for the day is Kiki. Do you have the slides? If not, it's okay.
Yes, I have the slides. It's coming up.
Everyone must have a hand being a Zoom master. It's not easy being a Zoom master, really.
I
We
need
all
8
must.
pairs of hands.
Yes, we all have to have a taste of every appointment.
I think you shared the whiteboard.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's just announce.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah.
It's okay. So,
oops.
Evaluator. Okay.
Evaluator. Okay.
Best speaker, speech speaker. Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
table topic.
Well deserved.
Okay, never mind. We will amend later, but we'll just take that picture first. Pegan, where are you?
Let's pin her. Can also pin the mentor. Mentor pin, not pin, highlight, spotlight mentor for a group picture. Yay! 1, 2, 3. Great.
Okay, next. Table topic speaker. Okay, table topic speaker is Regine. Congratulations.
Yay.
Right.
Ayo.
恭喜恭喜. Come, let's take a picture.
Okay.
Yes, naturally the mentor is there.
Hey, the cursor don't move around first. Thank you.
Yay, taken. Yeah, but it's
okay, thank you. Next.
table topic.
Evaluator. Is it? Just now was table topic. So evaluator. Best evaluator.
Evaluator, yes.
Right, Vivian, where are you? Congratulations.
And the mentor?
And mentor?
With
Eric.
Spotlight. Okay, let me try to spotlight. Gallery. Us to start. No.
Now better, yes. Yeah.
Right. Hey,
Where is
Vivian. Hey, Vivian, where's Vivian?
Hey. Spotlight, Regina.
Yeah, Vivian. Where's Vivian?
I don't think she's in a meeting. But never mind, Vivian and Francis look alike.
I see. Okay, now I just later Eric will put in the picture then.
Yeah.
Smile. Done?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for attending the meeting today. Wow, we are very overshot in time. Let's call it a day then. Thank you.
Bye.
I'm not working, so I better quickly.
Okay, guys. Thank you. See you all.
Matt, you want to stay back?
Thank you guys. Gotta go.
The rest of you, I see you in the
Bye.
evening. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Vin, Kelvin, and
Hi, Kate.
Wendy, thanks for coming.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Linda.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Linda,
Any
yeah.
feedback for us or not?
Actually, this is my first time to attend this Toastmaster because I'm very shy. I told thanks to Kiki to inviting me to this session. Yeah, I really enjoy a lot of good Toastmasters. They are really sincerity and so touching story. Like just now, one of the second speaker, especially helping the husband overcoming the trial. Actually, it's not easy. I think it's in this life is empathy, a lot of empathy and listening hard actually. So I want to be a felt agent actually. I want to be felt agent in the sense that we not just talk to talk, but really care for the customer actually. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, yeah. By the way, Luna sent her regards to you, Linda.
Who?
Luna.
Oh, Luna.
Yeah.
Oh, Luna FSC, is it?
Correct. She's my good buddy.
Oh, okay, okay. Let's hear from Wendy. Wendy.
Okay, see you guys. Bye.
Hello.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi. Yeah, I think it's a good environment. I feel that everybody is friendly and everybody's here to learn. So yeah, I feel that it's a very encouraging team now over in this Toastmasters, which is I think very important for first timers.
Yes.
Yeah. So you won't feel so nervous and worried like because everybody's here to learn. We just help one another.
Are you still with CME, Tampines CME?
No, I actually joined for a short while.
Oh, short while only. Okay, okay.
Yes, very short while. That's how I met Eric. That was a couple of years ago.
Oh, I see. Okay. I used to also visit them, but not that frequent now. Once in a while. Some years back too.
Right. Okay, okay.
Yeah. But probably when I was there, you were not there.
Nice meeting everyone. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Hey, do sign up for our workshop, the 3rd of November, that one, you go to LMS to sign up, the recruitment workshop.
Okay, okay.
The one
Yeah,
that
I'll take a
Francis
look at
spoke about. Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Irene's still here. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Kiki, I can just exit later.
Okay, if I go now, would this thing be closed?
No problem.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't know. Move the.
But it's okay. I think you just
Perfect.
leave.
And the meeting is still being recorded.
Oh, then can you? Yeah.
No, you. It's under you. You stop the recording.
How to stop? Oh, stop. Stop. Okay. Stop clock.